Okay, I decided to just make another video. All right, so this is from last Friday. Act 3.1. The act opens with Banquo kind of having a moment thinking through everything that's gone down. Banquo is reflecting, hold on, let me back up. Summarize Banquo's thoughts and feelings at the beginning of Act 3. Banquo is reflecting on the witch's prophecy and how a lot of it has actually come true. He also believes that Macbeth has used foul play to make his prophecies come true. So he is becoming distrustful and suspicious of Macbeth. Right here when he says, "And I fear thou playedst most foully for it." Basically, I don't think Macbeth, I don't think all of this just naturally happened. I think Macbeth did something suspicious to make all of this happen. Okay, additionally, Banquo is hopeful, though, because he remembers the witch's promise that his sons would become king. So he is hopeful that this will come true as well. All right, let's move on. Scene 1 summary, you can read that on your own. Now we're going to get to analyzing this soliloquy performed by Macbeth. Okay, the first thing you needed to do is highlight moments where Macbeth talks about safety and explain those in the margin. So we see it here. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. All right? With all the mentions and worries about safety, his safety is what he's concerned about. Macbeth is realizing that even if he is king, it doesn't matter if his position isn't safe. If there still exist threats, such as Banquo, then his position is not safe. Okay? Basically, yeah, it's great that I'm king, but there's this threat still out there in Banquo. So it doesn't really matter. I can't sit here and think everything is cool because my position is actually not safe. Okay, then we're supposed to look at the moments Macbeth talks about fear. Okay, so we see it here. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. In his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. Okay, so here is what I said about that. He realizes that he is afraid of Banquo. He names Banquo as his biggest threat because Banquo is naturally noble and courageous. He also has wisdom to act carefully. Basically, in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. Essentially, Banquo's character is such that I should be afraid of it. He is a guy who is a threat to me because of who he is. The translation here says he has a natural nobility about him that makes him a threat to me. Okay? He's a good guy. He would be a good king. Therefore, he is a threat to me. Okay, then you're supposed to identify allusions, and I wanted you to Google it if you needed to. The allusion here is to Mark Antony and Caesar. Okay, in the translation it says, just as they say, Mark Antony's spirit was intimidated by Octavius Caesar. Okay, so this allusion is to Octavius Caesar and Mark Antony. A Google search reveals that in this battle, Caesar commanded the right wing opposite Pompey, while Antony commanded the left, indicating Antony's status as Caesar's top general. The resulting battle was a decisive victory for Caesar. So Caesar ends up higher than Antony. Another thing here is Shakespeare wrote a play, Antony and Cleopatra, because Antony was in a relationship with Cleopatra. In that play, a fortune teller predicts Antony's fortunes would be lesser than Caesar's. All right, just like in this play, the witches predict essentially that Banquo will end up happier than Macbeth because his sons will take over. Just like it is here, right? Under him, my genius is rebuked. As it is said, Mark Antony's was by Caesar. So basically my success is going to be stifled just as it was for Mark Antony and Caesar. So he's just making this reference again. Allusions are something your audience would would be familiar with. And so he makes this reference, and everybody understands that, like, yep, this is just like what happened with Mark Antony and Caesar. Caesar ends up being more successful than Mark Antony. Excuse me. Okay, and then there were 3 metaphors here: fruitless crown, barren scepter, rancors in the vessel of my peace. All right, let's first start with fruitless crown. He says here, upon my head they placed a fruitless crown. The they here, what is the they? The they is the sisters, and we know that the sisters are the witches. All right, he says they put this fruitless crown upon my head. Well, what does that mean? Well, they did place a crown upon his head, crown of king. He is currently the king, but it's fruitless. A fruitless crown means that while he is presently king, he will produce no fruit, meaning no heirs to pass his crown on to. It's like, cool, I'll be king, but that's it. After me, that's it. My line is going to end. All right? And then he goes on to say they put a barren scepter in my gripe. A barren scepter is the same idea as a fruitless crown. A scepter is a symbol of rule or of kingship, but he will remain barren or childless. So he will not be able to pass the kingship down to anyone. So he's just frustrated because the witches say, yep, you're going to be king, and they make him king. They give him the crown and scepter, but that's it. That's going to be the end of his line. Okay, and lastly, he says they put rancors, they put rancors in the vessel of my peace. Okay, here he's saying they've basically just ruined my peace of mind. Rancors is a feeling of deep bitterness. So he's essentially just saying, like, all of this has only resulted in bitterness, stress, anxiety. Basically, everything has been ruined since I have murdered Duncan. Now I'm just like stressed out. I might be king, but I have no peace about it. Okay? The rest you can finish on your own. Alrighty, so I do want you to finish that and get that turned in. Again, that was due on Friday. I'll collect it tomorrow. I'm going to walk you quickly through today's work. Today's work, it's just a class set. You're not turning anything in today, but we're going to move forward through Act 3, Scenes 1 and 3. Excuse me, Scenes 1 through 3. Okay, you're just going to be doing some read-alouds through this text. Please do not write on these packets. They're just a class set, okay? But please, like, do this work, y'all. We have to move forward when I get back, and I want us to move forward, like, all on the same page. So the first thing you're going to do, find a group of 3 and assign roles. Macbeth, first murderer, second murderer. And read through first the left-hand column, which is in the Shakespearean, and then read through the right-hand column, which is the translation. And then as a group, discuss this question. Okay? Then read this summary of scenes 2 and 3. And then you're going to just find a partner. You need a Lady Macbeth and a Macbeth. Same thing. First, read through the left-hand column, which is the Shakespearean. Then read through the right-hand column, which is the translation. And then I want you to discuss these questions. All right, just discuss them. And then read through the summary of scene 3. R.I.P. Banquo. Poor guy's gonna get murdered. All right, y'all, be good. Please, I don't want any bad sub-reports. I'm begging you. If I get bad sub-reports, I'm gonna come and put my eye goop all over you and get you sick. Okay, love you, bye.